Well, welcome, folks, to a tremendously low tide here at Nika Bay. An opportunity for us to really delve into this hidden world here in Southeast Alaska, the intertidal ecosystem. So every day, pulsing with the moon's gravitational force, we have a high tide and low tide. The way tides work, the moon kind of puts gravitational pressure on Earth's water and creates a tidal bulge. Earth rotates through this tidal bulge. So when people say that the tide is going in and out, it's kind of a misnomer. It's kind of like how we say, you know, the sun rises and sets from a particular location where you stand. What's actually happening at a particular location is we're rotating in and out of this tidal bulge on either side of the Earth as we rotate gravitational pull from Earth's moon. You know, it's a lot more romantic and poetic to say like the tide's rising and falling as opposed to like, you know, at our particular location we're rotating in and out of the tidal bulge. Just like our, you know, our particular angle looking at the sun this moment, it's dropping below its local horizon. Like, you wouldn't say that at a romantic sunset dinner. So that's why as you rotate, you go through one high tide, one low tide, another high tide, another low tide every single day. When we're at the new and the new moon and full moon phases, we have these tremendous tidal swings. And that's what we're experiencing right now. We're just past a full moon. And so we have over a 20-foot tidal exchange today between our low and high tide. This low tide is -4 feet below its average, exposing this hidden world. This is a harsh place to try and call home, and so these creatures fill these different niches to live in these kind of distinct zones. And this is like tide pooling and like getting down and taking pictures and feeling these critters is an amazing opportunity for us to let out our inner child. And so,
large rock
oh really? Yeah, where they kind of broke. Oh yeah.
Big purple.
Yeah.
Green end up with a hole the size of a half a cup or 3/4 cup hole. Back the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So we're hopeful. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, that thankfully hasn't made it up to Southeast Alaska, but it's been kind of a concern.
So we are on an intertidal walk with UnCruise Adventures. It's a unique place. It's full of marine life, especially sea stars, as you'll see in this video.
Or the snail is
Yeah, the moon snails are very large. I haven't seen any of them, but they're definitely around, seeing their egg sac protection, seeing the hole where they run of the water. When they're exposed, they kind of just collapse into this gelatinous blob, and then when the water comes back up, they open up with all those feeding tentacles. So you can see here, it's kind of hanging onto the rock. They implant themselves in one place and just kind of live in that area. Up here, so we'll kind of put it back in the water. So sometimes if they're mid-feeding, you'll see like a muscle right here, and their gelatinous stomach seeped into it, and then they suck it back in.
so much stuff here.
What does the terrain look like? Kind of get around here. Yeah, if you're comfortable, there's like a tide pool right here. This one's challenging to get to, but there's one right here of about 2 dozen sea stars. Stop, or unless they die.
Normally underwater.
Yeah, so this is kind of like this would be like an average low tide. It would come down to this area. So they can deal with being
Lay down, did you
outside
say?
of the water for a good period of time.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
how
did.
cool is this? I keep seeing these little fish bathe. Yeah. And then sucks it all back in.
I need your hand.
Right, that's,
Get the little
urchin,
Yeah, the one urchin
Little
over to the
sea star.
right there.
urchin there.
Yeah. Sea star, yeah.
There are literally things on every single one.
Yeah, it's a lot of these same sea stars.
Oh, and a hermit crab.
The little
What?
Yeah.
Bunch of hermit crabs, little ones right in there.
Jeez.
Oh, I got.
Well, yes and no, Bob.
It was painful.
Exciting in a memorable way, but.
Alright, anybody not see the urchin shelter?
So we landed about an hour ago, and we probably came in on where it was shore right out there. And you can see how fast moving the tide is in just over an hour. It's pushing us farther upland. So we go from seeing all the sea stars and everything that live down here to a lot of different sort of marine life that lives in a different zone up higher. This is a pretty cool experience. It's something you should check out. You know about the hiking and the kayaking and things like that, but going on these shore walks in the intertidal zones are really special experiences.
Kind of what we're doing, like flipping over big rocks, and they're looking. I haven't seen a lot.